We'll start in a couple minutes. Welcome everybody to Monthly Moves. So get any spots ready that you need to set up. It's kind of chilly here, getting colder and colder in Canada. Hopefully you're cozy and warm wherever you are. We'll start in about a minute. And welcome to Monthly Moves. We'll continue to work on our moon sequence. So I think I'm going to start recording here. So welcome everybody to Monthly Moves. I'm Jen Barati, and just starting to settle in. We'll start with a little meditation, pranayama breath practice, and then come into our flow as we normally have. We've been working on the moon sequence. So just as you're ready, start to settle in, whatever that looks like tonight. And just allowing the senses to be liberated all around you. Just exploring all your surroundings this evening. Maybe noticing the caress of air. Maybe there's a coolness. Maybe there's warmth throughout the body as well. So just sensing your way, not needing to attach or detach or fix or force anything, just really allowing the senses to do all the exploring. Maybe there's some sounds in the background, lingering tastes or scents. Maybe there's a hint of color or light or shadows. Your eyes are opened or closed or gazing. And just noticing maybe as an intention might be starting to unfold. Whatever resonates for you. So I've been talking about the inner resource with my classes. The inner resource is a way to connect us to this unchanging source of ease and okayness. And sometimes it's imagery of a place in nature or a familiar place or a memory or even a loved one or a fur friend. And then using the senses again, like we just did, to explore that imagery that connects us directly to our inner resource of unchanging ease in the body. And so maybe that could be an intention today. Maybe just being able to feel into this inner resource. And this feeling of maybe returning home. It's now we've had Halloween yesterday, and then it's All Souls Day and All Saints Day coming up, and Day of the Dead. So depending on what you celebrate in your culture, this feeling of returning home, these souls returning home. So maybe coming back to the inner resource, and that feeling of unchanging ease can feel like coming home. So see what intention evolves for you and allow that in to guide your practice. And then whenever you need to, you can interweave this unchanging ease and okayness every step of the way. So as you're ready, we're going to come into a breath practice. Okay. So feel free to just join me or do what feels right in your body. Maybe switching the legs up. And just start by noticing the body breathing itself. There's nothing to fix or change again. Just noticing that the body breathes all on its own. With each inhale, the whole body filling. With each exhale, the whole body emptying. And then if it feels okay, bring one hand to the belly, more parasympathetic nervous system, one to the collarbone area, more sympathetic nervous system. So then just noticing maybe the breath is more subtle in this upper breathing space. You might even notice the middle breathing space as you're breathing more even and calm. And then parasympathetic nervous system more in the belly as you feel the breath deepen on its own. I'm going to invite coherence breathing. So the whole body breathing to the count of 5, just through the nostrils, and then exhaling through a count of 5, or bring in whatever number feels right for you. So as you're ready, exhaling completely, inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more times. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe release the hands. And just take a moment. Maybe notice energy flowing. Maybe the hands are radiating energy. Maybe you feel energy flowing out the limbs. Maybe the soles of the feet are starting to vibrate with energy. Maybe the face is warming. Maybe energy is flowing out the crown. And during the practice, you can continue to touch into the energy that's flowing naturally through the body and start to wake up the body. So maybe allowing the fingers, we're going to do it quicker so that we can come into the moon sequence. We've been building on this. And always just allowing the body to guide you. And then maybe wrists. And then as you're ready, we're actually going to bring in right away some movement through the rest of the body. So maybe starting with this V position. So sitting up tall or writing this axial extension and maybe even lengthening. And if this doesn't feel supported, you can bring the legs closer. You can bring any props that might be supportive to the body. Starting with this axial extension here, breathing here. Maybe flexing through the ankles to feel the legs strong and supportive. Then feeling this axial extension all the way, lifting from the abs, all the way through the rib cage, through the cervical spine, the neck. Breathe here. And then when you're ready, just slowly coming into a forward fold. So long torso. And just noting as you hinge through the hips, flat back perhaps. It's more sort of a more active pose. And breathing here. So you don't need to touch the ground with anything. You don't have to touch your head to the ground. Just see what feels right. Breathing here. So this is flexion, coming into the natural movements of the spine. Last breath. And just take your time walking back up. Then we're going to fold in one foot, coming into the side bend. So maybe allow the hand to start to move along the leg. Maybe this arm comes up. Feel from the hips all the way to the fingertips, the whole side body, flexion on the other side, this long extension, this lateral side bend. And maybe notice if the neck wants to move. You can bring in the cervical spine if that feels good. just take your time. It's the end of the day, so it might feel completely different if you do this with the recording during the day. You might even want to make it a little bit more active. Okay, last breath. Inhale back to center. We're going to find flexion. So pivoting towards the foot and then finding flexion. So take your time. The abs lengthen. Maybe you hinge. And maybe this ankle flexes to activate the leg. And breathe here. Another breath. Last breath. Take your time coming back up. We're going to come into a twist, so another movement of the spine. So crossing the foot, if that feels okay. Maybe the hand behind you for support. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, start to twist towards that bent knee. Roll open the shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Maybe gazing behind you. Be gentle. I know my body feels completely different at night when I'm getting ready for bedtime versus when it's morning and I'm waking up the body. Another breath here. And also day to day it can change. Okay, when you're ready, inhale back to center. And then we'll just take a moment. Just come into that V position for just a second here. And then let's find that on the other side. So find that lateral side bend. And again, just play. Might feel different from one side to the other. And see if the neck wants to move. Maybe the ankle's flexed again so the whole leg is working. And maybe you feel from the hips all the way to the fingertips. Maybe a bit of an opening of the chest. So breathing here. Another breath. Last breath. Inhale back up. And then let's do that forward fold. So shifting towards facing the foot. And just take your time finding flexion here. So again, it might feel different on this side. You might feel the lengthening of the calf. You might feel the shin contracting. The ankle, feel the whole foot maybe working. Another breath here. Last breath. And just take your time coming up again. We're going to come into that twist. So crossing the leg here, maybe the hand for support. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to twist towards that bent knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. You roll open the shoulder, gaze behind you. Breathing here. Another breath. Last breath. Okay, coming back to center. And just take your time. I'm actually going to come into this time to either diamond or butterfly. So see what feels right for you. If you want to come into butterfly, you can bring the elbows to the inner thigh and start opening up the foot, and you'll find the legs start to come down. Lengthen through the torso. Exhale, start to forward fold again. And breathe here. Maybe the neck moves. Again, just make it your practice. See what the body's asking for. And then as you're ready, start to come back up. Beautiful. I'm just going to cross the legs here. Bring some movement to the shoulders. Don't always give it enough attention, and we hold a lot of tension here. So making little circles and grow the circles. And finding that the opposite direction as well. You might even feel like a cow and cat sort of extension and flexion motion coming in as you find maybe even going one and then the other. Maybe a twisting motion in the body as well. Going both directions, just feeling your way, your range of motion. Okay, we're going to keep growing our moves here. So coming into this modified warrior, and then just lengthening through the arms, the hip points towards the long edge of the mat, fingertips towards the opposite sides of the room, breathing here. Maybe the abs are lengthening, so that axial extension. Another breath. When you're ready, maybe bring the arms behind you. Open up the chest, that extension, and exhale, flexion, coming into a humble warrior. So these are some movements we're going to be asking of the spine as we come into the moon sequence. So just take a moment to feel your way here. Another breath. Maybe open up the chest if that feels good. Another breath. Take your time. Inhale back up. then we're going to find that on the other side. So finding that warrior two, breathing here towards the opposite sides of the room. Another breath, feel the lengthening the abs. When you're ready, this time have the different arm in the front. Open up the chest extension, exhale flexion, and just take your time finding humble warrior on this side. Breathing here. Might feel like a bit of a balancing pose. You might engage the core. Another breath. Maybe even release the arms. Inhale back up. So we're going to come into that moon sequence and we'll start off slow like we have been, and then we'll come a little faster or at your own pace as always. So starting off with a strong mountain pose, feel free to fold the mat to stabilize the knees, but feeling the whole body supporting you, chest opening, chin towards the chest. Breathing here, mountain. Take your time. Inhale the arms up, that upward facing tree. Axial extension, feel the lengthening the abs, rib cage, intercostal muscles. And as you're ready, maybe hands come together, coming to the crescent moon, that side bend. So feeling the whole body, inviting the side bend with the whole body. Another breath. Inhaling, coming back to center, then opening up, coming into goddess. And then I like to open up your comfortable discomfort. So feel the contraction all along thoracic spine, or just to the degree that's possible. Okay. When you're ready, coming into those warrior arms, it's a moment to really lengthen here, breathing here. Then releasing the leg, coming into that modified triangle. So fingertips towards the ceiling and the ground. Breathing here. You micro bend the elbows. Watch hyperextension. Another breath. Last breath. And then as you're ready, you're going to pivot towards the short edge of the mat, towards your foot, coming into that modified pyramid. So coming into flexion here. Might be a big movement in the ankle. So you modify as you need to. You can release it whenever you need to. Even wiggle toes while we're here. Really just feel into the body this first round. And then as you're ready, inhaling, coming up to that low lunge. So maybe it's 90 degrees in the front knee. Maybe the toes are curled at the back or not. See what feels right. And this lengthening in the abs, so the whole torso, long axial extension. You might feel the quads. Just take your time. You can adjust, you can come closer, come further away. Another breath. And then really carefully, we're going to pivot to come into gate pose. So shifting towards the long edge of the mat. So again, you can bring the knee down if that's where you are with your gate pose. You can sit down on the floor, or you can try the gate pose as it is. It might be a big movement in both the ankles. So long torso, breathe here. Take your time, shifting towards squat. So whatever squat looks like for you, again, you can release your glutes to the floor. You can be on your toes. So see what squat looks like in your body today. Another breath. And then carefully moving to gate pose on the other side. So again, notice we're coming up the other side of the moon. And just see, it might feel different on this side. So adjust as you need to, honor your body. And then when you're ready, take your time, shifting towards the short edge of the mat, coming into the low lunge. So again, see what needs to be done. Maybe the toes are curled or not. Maybe you're shifting more forward or back. Just check into the body at all times, breathing here. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into that pose. And then carefully shifting, coming to that modified triangle. I love the shift between the one direction and the other. They go well together. Another breath. Then taking your time, coming into those warrior arms. Breath here. Coming back into goddess. You open the chest for just a moment. This all seems to come very flow very nicely. Coming to the crescent moon on the other side. An upward facing tree and mountain. Okay, beautiful. We're going to try that a couple times. Going into the sequence, maybe with each breath. So see how this goes for you. And if you're watching the recording, feel free to pause at any time to go at your own pace. And even at home. So always just tune into the body. So starting with mountain pose, the strong pose, the whole body's working. When you're ready, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, crescent moon. Inhale, coming into that goddess. Exhale, coming into warrior arms. Inhale, coming into modified triangle. Exhale, coming into pyramid. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, carefully coming into gate pose. Inhale, finding squat. Exhale, coming into gate pose on the other side. Inhale, coming into low lunge. Exhale, coming into pyramid. Inhale, coming into modified triangle. Exhale, coming into warrior. Inhale, coming into goddess. Exhale, crescent. Inhale, upward facing tree. Exhale. Beautiful. We're going to try that one more time. I'm just going to move this because it seems to be in my way. So I can't fold properly. We'll try that again. We'll see. I don't know if I can find a good spot for that. Okay. Mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. 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 It's so beautiful. Okay, we're going to find our way down to the mat. We're going to start to slow down. And as we go more and more, we'll come into the standing sequence, which is also quite beautiful. So just take a moment here, maybe bring the knees towards the chest. You can just start static. And then if you want to bring in some movement, you can bring in some movement. Let's bring in a little inversion here. So tickling the backs of the heels. If this feels okay in the body, if it doesn't, bring in any other movement that feels right for you. Maybe even just lifting a little bit, even supporting underneath you with cushion can be enough of a inversion for you. Otherwise, parallel the knees. Feel the strength in the quads, the glutes. Maybe walk the arms underneath. Stabilize the neck, chin towards the chest. Coming into bridge. So you feel the legs parallel. Feel the strength in the legs, the quads, the glutes. Feel the abs. Each vertebrae lifting. Another breath. Last breath. And take your time, releasing when you're ready. And then coming into figure four. So crossing the ankle over the thigh, stabilizing the bottom leg. Maybe bring the hand to the inner thigh, flexing the ankle. Or if you want to make it a bit more active, you can bring the hand through the circle, interlacing around the shin, maybe the elbow on the inner thigh. Maybe both ankles are flexed. And breathe here. See which version feels right this night. And protect the neck. A couple breaths here. And then when you're ready, just gently coming out of that, let's come into a twist if that feels okay. So allow the legs to find the floor, arms in cactus or T, either gazing the same direction or deepening by gazing the opposite direction. So again, just feel in, feel your way, see what's okay tonight. You might feel big lengthening in the hips. Several breaths here. Last breath. Okay, just take your time. Inhale the knees back to center. Reset. Massage the lower back a little bit. And then let's do that on the other side. So flexing the ankle, maybe hand to the inner thigh, or making it a bit more active. Bring the hand through the circle, hands around the shin, elbow on the inner thigh, flexing both ankles, protecting the neck, breathing here. So see which version feels right. You might feel this in the core. Just a couple more breaths. Last breath. And just taking your time. We'll come into the twist on the other side. So allowing the legs to find the floor. You can do another version with the knees together or legs straight if that feels better on this side. Gaze the same direction or the opposite direction. So check in, see what's possible. Just breathing here. And a couple more breaths. Another breath. Last breath. Just take your time. Inhale the knees back to center. Just release the back of that thigh if that feels good. If there's any additional movements you want to bring in, feel free to bring those in. Otherwise, coming into happy baby, maybe hold on to anywhere along the legs or the feet. You can keep it static. That feels supportive enough. Or you can bring some movement, some dynamic movement if that feels nice in the body. And then as you're ready, maybe releasing the legs, releasing the arms, coming into Shavasana, feeling all the benefits of your practice today. Or you can bring your legs up the wall or come into butterfly. You can bring some blocks underneath the legs to support it. Maybe bring a layer. And just take a few moments in Shavasana. If there's anything cozy that you want to put on, feel free to put those on. But just start to settle in again. Maybe noticing the surfaces that are supporting you. Maybe noticing where the body meets the ground. And then notice where the ground rises up to meet the body. With the eyes open or closed, maybe allowing the senses to explore once again. The sense is free. Maybe there's hints of colors or light or shadows. You might notice any scents in the air, any lingering tastes, or any sounds, maybe even within the body as the body starts to find rest. Might be sounds beyond, and not needing to do anything about what the sense is finding, just really sensing the way. Maybe feeling back into that inner resource, unchanging ease and okayness that's always been in the background supporting us at a moment's notice. We can connect to through imagery of a loved one, a fur family, maybe a place in nature or a familiar place, or maybe even an imagined place. Could be imagery of a memory, of an activity that brings you ease and okayness when you use all your senses to enliven this image. And where does it light up in the body? Where do you feel it as you use your senses to come into the inner resource? Maybe there's energy that flows more freely through the body. There might be a release in the muscles, the hinges of the jaw, the shoulders. There might be a warmth emanating from the heart space. And just knowing you can feel into this inner resource that's always there whenever you need to at a moment's notice. Beyond in everyday life. Maybe even before you go to bed, you can come back and feel once again with all your senses this inner resource so that you might go to bed feeling into being and well-being. And then perhaps sleeping well, you might wake up feeling again into the inner resource of being and well-being, bringing it into the rest of your day. And take a moment to reflect upon that intention you made at the beginning of the practice. Maybe it was to feel into the inner resource and return home to our true home, our true being, true nature. And just notice how this intention might continue to unfold into sleep and into the next day and the day after that. And as you're ready, maybe take your time, come into your side body, just to savor for a little bit longer. Maybe this practice can be like an inner resource, a place where you feel connected to the body. There's a sense of spaciousness and timelessness that's always there. Sometimes we just need reminders. And then taking your time, maybe bring one hand down to come into a seated position. And just thank you so much for taking time for monthly moves. We're going to continue to grow our sequence and our flow to invite the standing postures. So hopefully we can bring that in, start bringing that in at least next week. So take care. Have a lovely sleep and welcome to November. Bye.